Hey there. Welcome to Statistics for the Behavioral Sciences. My name is Greg, and I'm going to be available throughout the semester as a tutor for you guys. A little bit about myself. I am double majoring in psychology and mathematics at San Bernardino Valley College. And I was a psych major, and then I took Professor Fell's stats class, and I really liked it. And it ended up with me taking a bunch of math classes. Right now, I'm taking 14 units of math and computer science. Um, and before that, I wasn't a big math guy. You're going to hear that a lot from people who are into stats, especially through a soft science like psychology. It's pretty common to think, oh, I don't like math, and then get into it through stats. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Professor Fell and Tiana, the other tutor, have gone into that a lot. But basically, stats is a lot more applicable to your daily life than something like algebra. Something like algebra, you really have to be a math geek to figure out how to apply that to, like, how am I going to buy eggs? But you can absolutely apply stats to how to buy eggs if you're that kind of nerd. It's a much more applicable type of math, and I think you'll understand as you go on why that's the case. And if you want to talk to me about it, I'll just talk to you forever about it. But for this video, I want to mainly give you a pitch for why I think it's important for all of you, every single person in any of these classes, to consider at least one tutoring session. And I think that a lot of people get it into their heads like, I'm just not the kind of person who's going to go to tutoring. I just don't do that. You feel like it would be giving up or cheating or something like that. You just have a mental block about using some of the resources available to you. And I think that's a bad mindset. I think that a lot of you, especially people who are really good at non-mathy stuff, are going to get into this class and kind of be out of your depth a little bit and have trouble figuring out what you need to do to succeed, but you're not going to have the instinct, because you're used to doing pretty well on your own, of, I need to reach out for help. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about this fact that I'm struggling in this class. And so I think for a lot of you, this is going to be one of the first times that you're ever going to have to go to a tutor. And I really recommend you keep it in your head, especially as you start getting into the first third, the first half of the semester behind you, and you start getting into pretty serious statistics concepts. You're going to start struggling, and I want you to have it in your head, I should go to a tutor. I should email Greg, and he'll help me. And I'm going to make a bold claim here. I'm going to say, I think every single one of you guys, no matter how difficult you find the content of this course, I think all of you can get an A. And only if you utilize all of the resources available to you, though. If you come to tutoring before every single quiz and we go over it and we figure out what you need to get an A on that quiz, I think you can do it. And the reason I say that, I wouldn't say that for any class. I think there are a lot of classes where it really might be beyond the ability of some people to, especially classes where the challenge is just memorize all of this information. I think there are a lot of classes like that, especially if you go into something like biology, where it's just not for everybody. But stats is different, and especially this stats class is different, because every single thing you're going to have to do is open book and open note. So, instead of having a mindset of, I have to memorize all of this information, your mindset needs to be, I have to organize all of this information. And that's something that I can help you with directly. So, I can't sit there with you and take the quiz, but I can prepare you. If you come to me and talk to me about the challenges you're having, my strategy when I'm helping you is going to be twofold. I'm going to make sure that you understand the material first off, but also we're going to be taking note of what helped you make that leap from, I don't understand what a standard deviation is, to I can calculate a standard deviation by hand. There's going to be a gap there that we're going to have to figure out how to bridge, and that may have become unbridged by the time you're taking the quiz. So we also need to figure out what you can write on a piece of paper that's going to bridge that gap for you again in the middle of a quiz. Because remember, you can take any notes you want into that quiz. So we're going to mark up your worksheets. We're going to get things that make sense to you written down so that you can re-explain to yourself from your own words what is a standard deviation? What is a t-test? How do I do this? Why does this work? What am I doing when I do this? And you're going to be able to kind of retrace your steps back to that understanding. So it's a twofold process. First, you need to understand the material at all, but then you need to get that bridge in writing so that you don't have to hold it in your brain, because it's a common thing with statistics to think you understand something, go back a week later and be like, what is this? What is it? I've never seen this Greek symbol in my life. What's going on? So you need to be able to have that physical relic of, I've got this written down. I've got this map that I made when I did understand this. And, it's not going to help you to copy somebody else's. You need to make your own, because you understand how your own brain works. So that's what I'm going to be helping you with. I don't see my job primarily as just, shoving the information into your brain. I'm going to help you make a map so that you can understand it again anytime you want to by reading your notes. So that's why I think it's going to be really valuable for you guys to come to a tutor, especially in this class. I think for every class, it's something that's definitely worth considering, especially if you're struggling at all. But for this class in particular, if you come to me before every quiz, and we work on making you a roadmap to really getting the content that you can have with you while you're taking the quiz, I think it's very likely that anybody in this class can get an A. So, write down my email. It's g.lent0395@student.sbccd.edu. Hopefully that's in the description as well. I know it's going to be in your course somewhere, but find it, put it in your notes, tuck it away. Again, you might not find that you're struggling too much until a little bit into the semester. So hopefully I've made enough of an impression that you're going to remember that when you're looking at your homework and being like, oh my God, I can't understand that. I've watched the lecture 3 times. I don't get it. I can't make the numbers come out right. I don't know what I'm doing. Come to me and I will help you out. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Thanks.